hello, friends.
Oh my god.
We can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Coffee refill number like 3 for the morning. Last morning duty besides the dogs is just making sure we have batteries constantly charging. Cody got called into work this morning, but I'm gonna make the best of it and try to tackle some of these walls. So my parents are coming into town in a few days, and I know I'm not gonna be able to get this entire house mudded, but I would like to be able to put a little bit of progress into it. So we're gonna start with this TV wall and just kind of see where the day takes us. Let's get started. We've been mostly using this for storage, so this is where all of our supplies are now. I've been reading this thing wrong this entire time, and we're supposed to be adding water. But it doesn't say how much, it just says half pint increments for this. So I'm just gonna kind of pour some in here, put a little bit of water, mix it up until I feel like it's the right consistency. And yeah, we're gonna wing it. I don't know, we'll see if it makes it any better. Go ahead and take the tape and put it along the seam of the wall. I went around and filled all the screw holes, and the reason that I didn't do the 2 outers is because we're gonna have to put corner pieces on, so we gotta wait on those. Let's knock this out. I use this YUCK fan to dry it, and now I'm gonna go ahead and put in a second coat now that I've made another batch. Cody's in the shower, that's what the water sound is. Are you offended?
I tried to lay down with him and he straight took his leg and like pushed me away.
It's a little later in the day now, we ran some errands, but I really also want to try to get these front windows done before they get in town, so let's do them. Mudding and taping is already a really tedious process, and window seals make it 20 times harder, especially when you're using the wrong spackling knife. But I still somehow made it work. It's not pretty, but it'll do. And we'll eventually have wood window seals at the bottom. Next on the agenda before my parents get here is tackling this kitchen sink, but before we can do that, I have to get this cabinet clean. As we kind of expected, this one does have the slightest bit of rust in a few of the corners and such. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is treat and then kind of paint this one in some areas to prevent the rusting. So that's a project for another day. I just wanna get it clean and installed. Now I'm gonna repeat this process with the next two. And voila, she's done. If you watched our last kitchen video, you know that our cabinets did not come with bases. We got vintage old cabinets, and the bases that they originally had on them were really rusted and just old. So we have to build new bases for these cabinets, so that's what I'm doing right now. So the base has been built for this one minus the front piece. So now I'm going to start building the base for this cabinet that's going to be between the stove and the fridge, which is this cabinet, which has a little bit of rust damage. So we're going to have to treat this one as well, but it does have 2 drawers. Say hi. Grace is here, presents. You haven't been in the video this whole time.
Hello, friends.
Cody has been working outside, just kind of cleaning up the property and building an RV pad. But today he is inside helping me in this kitchen. I have all of the bases cut for all of the cabinets minus the island. So right now he's moving the stove out. We're gonna get some plywood down so that way we can start installing some cabinets in the rest of this kitchen.
Okay, time to do what you do best.
Which is what, babe?
Clean.
Plywood is down, and then he finished the base for the sink cabinet. Let's do the rest. This is the Lazy Susan cabinet, and I'm pretty short, so he's going to build some sort of stool that pops out right here. That way I have something to be able to reach the top of the shelf. So right now we don't have all the materials to do that, so he is just going to kind of frame around it. Basically what we did for the pantry. It was getting pretty late, but we wanted to install our kitchen sink the next morning, so we had a few more things to mark off our checklist like the rest of these plywood floors. I just finished giving the dogs a bath. That's why they're in their crates and they hate me right now. But while I was doing that, Cody was installing our sink.
As we've said, Summer's family's coming in town this weekend, and since we're pretty much going to be hanging around the property a lot, we're going to need a sink so that way we can cook and do dishes and all that good stuff. So since we haven't bought countertops yet, I just went ahead and picked up a piece of plywood and cut it to the size of the sink counter and got that installed. And then we cut out the hole for the sink and got the plywood screwed down, so that way now we can get the sink hooked up. So, like I said, it's all temporary. We're gonna take it all back out whenever we put the countertop in, but at least we'll be able to have a sink this weekend.
So this is the faucet I actually picked up from Amazon. I would consider this a dupe for one of your really fancy ones. This one was only $57, and typically you're looking around over $100 for these, so I'll link that below if you're interested. He sent me to the store because he wanted me to get, excuse our work table, he wanted me to get this but longer, so he sent me to the store with this and I didn't know, so I just brought him everything. When my parents came into town, they stayed in their RV and then we put my grandma in our bedroom. We had the best time. My dad was out there fishing every single morning, and if you're curious, yes, we do have fish in the pond. We had a crawfish boil, shot off lots of fireworks, and ended the weekend at the zoo and the aquarium. It was overall amazing and I really missed them. And also, by the way, we got ducks. So we'll see you next week.
We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand?